Hey guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel once again. This is Abhishek, who is not a financial advisor. And before we jump into the main content, I would just like to ask you to hit that like button and subscribe the channel, please, if you haven't subscribed the channel yet, to get the latest videos on amazing content just by Abhishek.
So yes, about Luokung, we have this issue of or fear of getting delisted from the US stock exchange. And recently there was this news and this article said that US to impose sweeping rule aimed at China technology threats. And this was actually the problem, and this actually created this panic sell-off. And so this is the problem which might happen. So Biden administration plans to let the Trump era rule on technology purchases and deals take effect despite US business objections about its scope. So despite US business objections, this is quite important for us as investors in Luokung. So US businesses are really objecting this swipe off. This is because US is getting huge business from China, and this sweeping rule will definitely affect those big giants and in the US. But I am going to take this risk, and yes, nobody knows what will happen, and this is what I wanted to clarify, that yes, there is a huge risk involved. Yes guys, nobody knows what might happen and what will be the result and what Biden's administration will do. But later on this article, it's also mentioned that one person familiar with the matter said administration officials have signaled to the business community that they won't enforce the rule aggressively. Yeah, that could soften the impact. Although the business representatives said that the rule will still subject firms, especially smaller ones, to significant new compliance costs and uncertainty. Another person familiar with the matter said that the business administration hasn't said it would hold back in enforcing the rule. So we are not sure about this. And like I said, that guys, many big businesses are involved with business in China. So this might be a really good point for the Biden's administration to consider. Of course, they cannot sweep off like all the decisions which were made before Biden's administration, but I think that this is really important for the US economy as well, especially considering the current economy, that they should not be just shutting down all the incoming business from such a big economy like China. And I think that they will do something for sure about this. And like it says, that they will try to enforce for the smaller companies. And I don't think that Luokung in any way is a smaller firm. And the upside potential for Luokung is amazing, guys. And I really don't think that it is a smaller firm in any way. So now, guys, coming on to the worst case scenario, if it gets delisted. So once it gets delisted, that means less volume and lower evaluation, because the US stock exchange has, of course, many investors and the incoming volume is amazing on the US stock exchange. We have the most amount of investors on the US stock exchange, and if it gets shifted to another stock exchange, that means getting delisted. That means that we might not have that much of volume, and that means the market cap will seriously decline for Luokung. Now, the other case is that, of course, in case of delisting, means trading outside the US stock exchange, and that means probably for many investors they might not be able to trade LKCO stock anymore, as many brokers might not allow other stock exchange on their applications. And but in this case, we would definitely get a warning period of this decision to get executed. So we will get enough time to sell, and of course, it will be in a loss. But yeah, we would have time to sell it off. So anyone out there who are invested in Luokung, please get yourself acquainted with the latest news regarding LKCO stock and what are the updates. And if you guys need any more updates, then please leave a comment in the comment section down below, and I'll keep making videos on Luokung in case if there are some really big updates which must be noticed by us investors. So the combination of the two most bearish reasons for the recent sell-off was the deadline which was given to Luokung Technologies for the removal from the US Department of Defense list was actually clarified recently by Luokung Technologies via this article. The company said that they have sought out clarification of the deadline for US persons to refrain from trading Luokung securities and derivatives, and this is another reason that many brokers were actually refraining Luokung Technologies to be traded by the investors or retail investors, and this also created a panic sell-off. The deadline could be March 15, 2021 or May 27, 2021, depending on whether Journal License 1A defined below applies to the company or not. And this is one of the reasons why I feel good about Luokung, because they are giving a strong fight and they are helping us retail investors with the piece of information which we really need. So this gives me just another positive reason to stay with Luokung. So recently, the owner from Fresh Mind Investing, she did an amazing job. Hats off to her, and she did an amazing video with an insider interview from Luokung management. So I will just summarize her interview and the key points which she covered with this management personnel from Luokung. So the management said that recently their direct offerings of $100 million was actually issued to the US institutions. And these are the keywords, guys, US institutions. And these institutions were also named in this interview. So, guys, I guess this goes without saying that these institutions might have definitely done their research thoroughly, because we as retail investors, we don't have that much of resources and that much of information which these institutions can actually get. So I personally think, this is my personal opinion, that of course these institutions are aware about the risk of getting delisted, but I also think, and again, that guys, this is just my opinion, that they might also be knowing something about getting this in favor of Luokung. Like, what I mean by this is that this could just turn around and Luokung might stay in the Nasdaq. So I'm sure that these US institutions know something, or they are much confident than us retail investors that Luokung might stay in Nasdaq. But again, guys, this is just my opinion. I'm just giving you the piece of information which I guess many of the investors might need. So just think about it. And if you don't feel confident about this and if you're panicking, then guys, just put a stop loss. But on the other hand, guys, taking the bullish case scenario, if LKCO stock doesn't get delisted, then just imagine the upside potential. Just imagine the room it has still to grow. And this will just take off. I mean, there won't be any limit. I cannot imagine any target price for now if this just takes off. I think it will just break all the old resistance levels, and it will be huge. But again, guys, I don't want to lure anyone out there to get into this company by thinking just about the upside potential and not knowing the risk. So please be aware of it, and this is really important to be aware of. Okay, guys, so now let's have a quick look at the Luokung one-day chart. And here we can see that this is a big sell-off range, and I wouldn't blame anyone for this, because like we already discussed before, that people have a logical reason behind to sell off their positions. And I see that many stop losses might have got activated right here, and like I said, there is a logical reason behind, because people are not aware about which stock exchange Luokung might get onto after getting delisted, and maybe their brokers won't support this stock exchange. So this is a logical reason, and I don't blame anyone for this. And also, I heard that many brokers are actually stopping the Luokung's trading. So this is another really solid, strong reason for people to sell off their Luokung's stock, or yeah, putting a stop loss. And yeah, as you can see right here, this is a good downward trend. But we also saw that it was, when it was below $1, it hit $1. Then there was a huge run up, and I can see that these are maybe big institutions, or there were many retail investors buying in huge volumes. And if we go on to the 4-hour chart, let's say, then we can see that actually it was respecting this $1.13 support range. So according to me, I still see some hope looking at the trend of the chart. Yeah, guys, so like I said before, that if you're not confident and if you're really stressed about this, then just put a stop loss. I know it will be in a loss, but guys, you can't have a win-win situation in every scenario. Yeah, you have to book some losses, and it's always better to book losses, less loss than getting zero. You know, if it gets delisted and if your broker doesn't support that stock exchange, then yeah, you're at zero. And on the other hand, if you're a bit confident, then keep holding it like I am. And I would be just using this opportunity to average it down. I mean, I won't average down at every support level. I will wait for, let's say I will skip 2 or 3 support levels and see which support level was tested more frequently, because there are more chances that it might get onto that support level. And for example, like in this case, 0.62, yeah, many times tested and bounced back from here. So like, this is my strategy, guys, and this is what I would be doing. So please be careful, and if you cannot digest this loss, then yeah, just sell it. To be honest, this is just my opinion, because I would sell it if I could not digest it, and if I could not bear the fact that if it gets delisted, then my investment goes to zero. And if I was not able to take this risk, then I would definitely sell it, and I would take this amount of money which I get back, invest in somewhere else where I think that I might get a good dip opportunity. So yes, guys, you have to think about such scenarios. You have to rotate your money in such crashes. This is a time when your patience is tested. This is a time when your confidence into a particular company is tested. And if you are pretty confident, ask yourself this question, that how much confidence you have in this particular company. And if you have full confidence, then yeah, it will be paid off eventually. So don't panic, don't worry, think carefully, sit back, have a nice hot tea if the weather allows that, and yeah, just think carefully. So that's it, guys. That's all for today. I know we are taking a chance, and I hope it will get paid off. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, ciao.